I guess, fell apart. This is like the beginning of that.
Okay. Uh, it's not so much. I don't know if fell apart is the right word. Is that the right word? Is that the word you want
I
to
don't know.
use?
I mean, he kept like hinting to this idea, and he was talking about that in the when these previously we've called these lights other names, and now he says like when it comes to the idea of lights that are dots, that I don't know, something happened there.
Okay. So that's what you're saying. You're saying you're hinting at, and you're saying these lights, which are called nakudos or nakudim.
Right.
Okay. So what has happened?
The Dalit.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Sorry.
What has happened up until this time?
I mean, it sounds like the beginning of Shaar and Akudim was talking about the I guess how the Aris Naim, are I think different than the Aris of the Naim of the Eisenchit and Peh.
Okay.
And I don't know specifically. It doesn't like didn't intro us into what he's about to talk about, but it sounded like this is like a lower. The Aris Naim reached down much lower. I think till the Tibor or from the Tibor and down, and yeah, I don't know. That's where we're at.
Okay. So I think there was an idea in there about that the eyes see things, vision. It's
Right.
it's not just. That's why I used to think about it. I'm just wondering what you think about that. Okay, so that's what's happened here. So the vision or this light that the something like that comes out of the eyes is able to mistakel at different. That's what it does.
Right.
Okay, so where are we now?
I mean, if we could start from the beginning of Parak Gimel, I think we would kind of figure that out.
Okay, let's do that. I'm all with you. How are you going to read it? You're going to read it from the TIV.
Yes, I'm going to start reading on the bottom. I was actually thinking that in some places the tip is like very he explains a lot and like I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's good that his explanation that he gives is good. Sometimes it's like very extensive, and I feel like I get it faster when I just read the bold part, and then kind of like follow the flow of the Rav himself, of like the eyers, instead of like going into the Tiv gets very complex in a few places here.
Okay,
So for now, I think just for to get into it, if we could read the bold part and then the light part, just the regular, just reading the Tiv straight, and if it gets too much, if we could just skip from the bold, just do the bold parts.
good.
Okay, so I'm going to start reading the Tiv in Shaar Nakud and Parak Gimel Aleph, which is a page before where we were up to, and it will help us, I guess, help me, I guess, get it a running start.
Good.
והנה כאשר נספשתו אלו הנקודים מבחוץ מכנגד הטיבור של אק עד סיום רגל כנסגר, when the lights of Nakudim come out, I think we said from the eyes, and they go down, and they come out opposite the Tibor and until Siyum Ragel, until the end of his feet. So we discussed the idea that there's some kind of a separation or a mechitza between the top part of above the Tibor and below it. You had a word for it in English. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, a diaphragm.
A diaphragm, right. Kaniskar, like we've spoken about, umeir lachutz el hanakudim, and the light spreads out to the nakudim. V'nimtza ki hachadash hazeh hu over tchila v'yered derech haparsa. First, it passes through the diaphragm lamata, v'chatzia tachtain in the lower half, min atibur lamata, which is I guess the lower half of the adam kadmon. V'achar kach chayzer b'keh b'tfanes hagof v'yotze lachutz umeir b'nakudim. And after that, meaning after some of the light first goes straight down, and then some of it, and after that, seems like it comes out from the
body.
sides, or right, the body. Okay. Oil hanakudim. So I'm reading now the light text in the TIV. Oil hanakudim shemakim and atibur da'ak ulamata. The world of nakudim, which its places from the tibur back and down. Nivna mishalosh bechinas. It's composed of three parts, or three aspects. Bechina rishona hi ha'ar shehaya tchila tachas atibur b'pnimius nahai da'ak, which is the light that's at the bottom, underneath the tibur, below the tibur, in the pnimius of the section of nahai, which is netzach hoyd yesod of ak, v'olo l'mala me'atibur, and it goes up. The chelik min ha'or hazeh yatsa achar kach derech ha'inayim, and a portion of that light comes out through the, or I think you said that this, when you say the chelik ha'or, you said, I had written down here that you had suggested that maybe that's the light of Malchus, but you weren't sure.
Okay.
So that's the first aspect of it. Habachina hashniya, the second aspect, is ha'or hachadash sheneled miyichod av v'sag, the new light that's created from the yichud of the parts of av and sag, which is all the way at the top. Shezeh ha'or yorad ubaka es haparsa b'pnimis kufa da'ak, which that light goes down. So you have the bechina rishona is the light going up from the bottom. The bechina shniya is the light going down from the top. That comes from the yichud of av and sag. The yatsa midayfnei haguf min atibur lamata, and that comes out of the sides of the body below the tibur. V'abchina hashlishis he has histaklos ha'inayim ba'eres achap, which is the vision of the eyes, seeing the lights of achap. Sha'al yidei zeh nasa kelim de nekudim. That's what creates the kelim of nekudim. The eyers of achap is the eyers of the eyes and chaytim peh, and I guess the eyes see those lights or connect with those lights in some way, and that creates the kelim of the world of nekudim.
Yeah, I always envisioned that like an elevator coming down that has a camera in it, and as it goes down, trying to understand what he means by vision, like what is actually, so it has the ability to look at something. So
right.
So looking at something creates kalim. Depends. Looking at deeper lights. Okay. Anyway.
But I mean, it sounds to me like it's like a perception of those lights. A specific type of perception of the lights of achap is what creates the kalim of it. Like, the way I imagine it is like when somebody sees something. Like, let's say you show somebody from 1,000 years ago a car, so they don't know really what a car is, and they don't have, they never seen a car before, but they're going to have a certain perception of it, and that is what's going to create their, I guess, relationship with the car, like the way they perceive a car, even though they don't know what it is, that like confines it, whatever they think it may be, that's what they're going to, if they think that it's not a safe thing, then they won't go into the car. Or if they think it's a good idea, then they will, be mishtayach to that car and they'll use it.
Yeah, you're trying to say that it has different attributes. Okay, so let's say, so what's going on? So it's looking at, in other words, the looking at something has an effect.
Right.
Okay, so you're on the word v'hinei.
V'hinei, v'chinas hanahai shahisa tchila b'pnimis ak. The bechina of the nahai, or the netzach hoyd yesod, that was in the pnimius of aklamata me'ati, where he atzma oisa shnei eyers. That itself creates two lights. Shari b'derech aliyas ha'or lamalo.
Listen, I lost you. I thought you were in another place.
So, oh, you're right. I was the sentence before that. V'hinei. You're correct.
Okay.
V'hinei b'tchila yatsa ha'or hashlishi umizeh nasu hakelim denekudim. So first, the third light comes out, and that creates the bechina of kelim. I think when he says the third light, he means the third bechina.
Okay.
And then the light of the new light that comes up through the nahai goes into those kelim. So first the kelim are created, then the or chadash goes into those kelim. והנה בחינת הנהי שהייס התחילה בפנימיס אק למטה מהטיבור היא עצמה עושה שני eyers שהרי בדרך עליית האור למעלה גורם שיזדווגו אב וסag ומזה נולד אור חדש. So really there's two lights that are created when the lights of Nahai go up. First light is that it creates a zivug between Av and Sag, which creates an Ar Chadash. And then, Ubederach Chazarasai Lamata Umeisif Ar, it adds new light, the Yaitse Ubekea L'chutz Derech Defanes Hagof Me'atibur Ulamata. That new light is when it returns, when it's Bederach Chazarasai, it's going back down, then it goes out of the Defanes of the Guf. So first the Kalim are created, and then the Ar Chadash goes into those Kalim, and then there's a new aspect of the light, which in the B'derech Hazarasai, when it's returning, that comes out of the defanis of the guf. It doesn't sound like that ends up in the kalim. At least he doesn't mention that.
Or they radiate through the walls of the goof. And I'm
Right.
trying to think, why is that so important? Okay, so maybe we see it other places, something like that. Okay.
V'zehu masha amru. So I'm reading the bold text in Beis.
Right.
V'zehu masha amru b'tikunim d'shavi chad parsa ben keser le'ilas o'ilais. That there's one diaphragm between keser and ilas o'ilais. What's above the higher thing than keser. Kikol b'chinas matzel lezulasai nikra ilas o'ilais. Anytime you have an aspect of the matzel and the netzal, that's called ilas o'ilais.
The relative.
Right.
Right.
So meaning not necessarily is the Elis he's saying doesn't refer to a specific thing. It refers to anything that's related to a matzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
V'akeser hazeh hu keser shel hanekudim keniskar la'el, and this is the keser of nekudim, and I think that he's mentioned before that the idea that the lower parts of the upper worlds are the higher parts of the lower worlds. They're all like connected. And so the keser of the Elam of Nekudim is going to be the Malchus, or I don't know if it's the Malchus specifically, but it's going to be a lower aspect of the world of Akudim.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you can explain that now. The diaphragm in the Pnimis of Ak Nefkasa, they are Chadash, Shenelad Meyichud Adesag, that gets split through with the new light. Aleho Nemar B'Tikunim, and that's spoken about in the Tikunim, Shenifrasa Parsa Ben HaKeser Le'ilas Le'ilais, that there was a diaphragm that was spread between Keser and what's above it. V'Zeis HaParsa Medes Ben Ha'eres HaAkudim Hanimtzam L'mal Me'atibor. This diaphragm sits in between the lights of Akudim, which are above it, above the Tibor, Ben Ha'eres HaNakudim Hanimtzam L'mata Me'atibor. Being that the world of Akudim is above Nikudim, Lefikach Bechinas Hamalchus the Olam HaAkudim Nikras B'Shem Ilas Ilais. So it is the Malchus. So it's the Malchus of the world of Akudim is called Ilas Ilais, which is like whatever is above. Be'erech leKeser de Nikudim, in relation or in perspective from the Keser of Nikudim, which is lower. Hanikra Keser Be'erech Olam HaNakudim, which is the highest part in terms of the Olam of Nikudim. Dainu Teisha Spheres de Nekudim, She'emed Lamatam and Akeser de Nekudim, means, all the 10 spheres that are below it. V'hainu, Shekol Bechinas Shema'atzila, Shekol Bechina Shema'atzila Es HaBechina Shalamata Himenu, any aspect that is Matzel, the Bechina below it, He Nikras Ilas Ilais, that's called, Ilas Ilais, which means like the highest of the high.
Okay.
Then he explains. So meaning what really comes out from what he's saying is that Ilas does not refer to a specific place. It's always in relation to the Keser of the world that you're referring to.
Right.
V'hamatzel ha'elyain, but what's really the most high, shehetzel kol ha'ilamas kulam nikra Ilas kol ha'ilais. That's called what's the highest of all the high things. So meaning there is a reference. Ilas Ilais is the one that's relative, and Ilas Kol Ilais is not relative. That's what's actually, all the way above everything else.
Right. So here you have this concept of this Hama'atzel. So the Hama'atzel is like a force, some kind of a force that is the progenitor of everything else.
Right.
So okay, let's go.
Okay, Gimel. The 10 lights of Nikudim are coming out from the Tibor and go to the end of his feet. Keseder Zah Hamalvash La'arich Ampin. In the same way that Zer Ampin is a lavush for Arich Ampin. So, meaning in the same way that we said that the parts of Arich is within and clothed by the parts of Zer Ampin of Zah. So too it is here. Ella, but there's an exception. Shesham Malvash Hazah Es Arich Mikol Sada V'Svivav. That the Zah completely clothes the Arich in all aspects of it, all sides, everything around it. Avokan, but with regard to the Olam of Nikudim, Ikar, from the page, Ikar Ha'arasam Einam Rak Derech HaPanim Shal Adam Kadmain. It's only really on the face or the front side of the Ak. Ela Shemes Bashetes Kitzatz Ha'ara Me'elu HaNikudim Bein Mibechinas Ereseim Bein Mibechinas Akelim Shalahem. But some of the light does spread out. Umalbishim Zeh Ha'ak Mikol Sadav, and it surrounds the Ak from all sides. Meaning the main aspect of the light, it sounds like, is just the Derech Panim, but some of it spreads around as well. Commission is Barla, like we spoke earlier in Shaar Tanto, Paragalov, Ba'izin HaChaydim Peh, Aval Ikar Ha'arasam Hi Derech HaPanim. The main Ha'ara is on the face, or the front side of it. So, Zoktativ. La'achar HaTikun, after the Tikkun, Hasiris Einon Eindos Zutach Hazu. The spheres are not one below the next. Kifisha Eindos Hasheva HaTachtenim Ba'olam HaNekudim. Like we see that there are 7 lower spheres are sitting in the world of Nekudim. Ella, Im Emdim Beseder Shal Shalosh Kavim. They're sitting in 3 paths.
3 lines. 3 lines.
Chesed, Din, Rachamim. And they're called Chesed, Din, and Rachamim. The whole parts of Malbish as parts of Shalom Menu, each parts of clothes the one that's above it. L'figach Ava v'Ima Malbishim al Arich. Ava and Ima clothe the parts of Arich. Ach loy al kol koimasai, not the whole thing. El arak min hagara in the Arich v'ad hachaza shaloi, just from the neck until the chest of Arich. Now, can you just remind me, when he says Ava v'Ima, that's the parts of Zah?
No, so when he says Abba Be'ima, he means the upper parts of, which is called Chochma, by the 2 of them together called Chochma. And then there's another one called Yisrael Savat Tevuna, which is a lower level. And so that would be like the letter Hey. So he said, Mina Gorim Darich V'ada Chazer Shalo, and then there's the Yasos, Yisrael Savat Tevuna, which is also right side is Yisrael, left side is Tevuna. And
there. So when he refers to Abba V'Ima here, he's not referring to the parts of Zah. He's referring to above it, right?
Right. He referred to the progenitor of Zah.
Right. Okay.
Pnimi to Zah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just read that again. The Yeshut Yisrael Abba V'Tuna Shem Chelak Hatachton Shal Abba V'Ima Malbishim Es Arich Al Gabe Achelak Sheme'achazav Aratibor. So Yeshut is the lavush of the lower piece, which is from the
I think it's pronounced Yasos in Ashkenaz.
Yasos?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where let's say that's the way we're pronouncing it.
Okay. V'zah malbish es arich me'atibor v'ad siyum raglav. And then the parts of Zah, which is below that, clothes the arich from the tibor until the bottom. Until the legs, the end of the feet.
So no, yeah.
Just like Zah does the lower piece of the arich. So too, the 10 kelim of Nekudim clothe the structure or the height of Ak from the tibor until the end. However, there's a difference between the way the Zah clothes it and the way the 10 lights of Nekudim clothe it. Zah goes all around from all sides, b'shaveh, evenly. It just closes the main light on the front side, which is the side that the eyes, nose, and mouth are. some of the light spreads to the sides of Ak. Latam, Lakach, the reason for this is who? Ki Kol ha'eres hayetzim me'ak, Ikar ha'arasam hi b'tzad apanim. The main lights that come out of Ak are from the front side, the face. But only a little bit of the light or some of the light goes around it. So that's the main part, it seems, that needs to be clothed or covered.
Okay.
Okay, Daled. V'hine hakeser mekomehu min hatibur ad siyam hagof. The keser's place is from the tibur until the end of the gof. V'chabad heim betlas pirkin rishonim denahai dak. The Chabad, the Chacham Bina, and Das are going to be in the three sections.
Okay, pronounce this nai.
Nai?
Yeah, nai. Chabad Chagat nai. Like that.
So the what is it? Him betlas kirkin rishonim denai.
Right.
The Adam Kadmon.
Right.
The Chagas b'shleisha emtzaim, and the Chagas is going to be the three middle pieces or parts. The Nai b'shleisha basran, and the Nai itself, meaning before I guess we're talking about the prakim rishonim of Nai, and now we're talking about the Nai itself, are going to be covering the Nai of the Olam HaKudim is going to cover the shleisha basran, three ladder pieces. Al derech hanizkar b'zah hamalbash es harichampin k'moshe nevar b'shar zah perek aleph. Okay.
So he go over it one more time. Right? You're running out of time, but let's see what you could do.
I should start from the light text?
Yeah.
Kan Mivar Harav.
This is where we really were last time. Right, okay.
What did you say?
This is where we were last time. Where we stopped last time.
Right. Okay, Kan Mivar Harav, Yeser Mefurat, Seder Halbasha Da'il Manakud Alak. Now he's being more particular about his explanation of the Seder Halbasha. So it sounds like the TIV is saying that he's not really saying something new, but he's explaining in greater depth. The first is divided into three pieces. The first piece is from the neck until the chest. From the chest until the belly. From the belly until the yisoid, which is the end of the main piece of the body, or the main section of the body. They're really outside the body, they're extremities. Each one is divided into three pieces. And based on our klal, that from our body we can see Hashem. Like with the body of a physical person, the feet have three different sections. The higher prakim are considered Chabad. The middle section is Chagas. So what turns out is that within the Nai you have the Chabad Denai, Ul Chagas Denai, Ul Nai Denai.
Yeah.
Interesting. The world of Nakudim starts from Tibur Da'ak, from the belly until the end of the feet, which includes the lower third of Tiferes, from the Tibur to the Yisoid. And also it includes the three complete spheres of Nai. Or Kachbad, Chagas, Nahaim. And this is the following is the setup. Hakeser malbish al kol shlisha tiferes. Keser covers the whole the upper third of the tiferes piece. Shumei atibur atzim agof. The kivon sheshlisha sfiras nahai mischalka is kol achas mehen shlisha chalakim, because nahai is divided into three parts. Simsa shebenai da'ak levadam yesh tisha chalakim. Just within the nahai of ak, there's 9 parts. Shaleim malbishim shar sfiras nekudim, which sets up with the 9 malbishim of the remaining parts of nekudim. Dainu shal shloisha prakim al yonim denai dak malbishim chabad denekudim. Vayfen shachachma denekudim malbisha al shlosh elyon denetzach dak. It's the upper third.
Chachma was on the right side.
Chachma of nekudim is malbish the upper third of netzach of ak, ubino the nekudim albisha shlish alien the hoyd ak, vadas nekudim the nekudim malbish shlish alien the yesod ak. So dividing each one into the upper third of it, that's covered by the Chabad. V'chein chagas the nekudim malbishim al shlish pirkin and tzom the naidak. Boifin shechesed the nekudim malbish al perikan soy the netzach dak. Ugvura the nekudim malbisha al perikan soy the hoydak. But the first nekudim malbisha al perikan soy the yisodak. Same structure again, hitting all three. Vanai the nekudim malbisha al shlisha prakim taton the naidak, which is boifin shenetzach the nekudim malbish al perikan tachon the netzach dak. V'hay the nekudim malbish al perikan tachon the hoydak. You say the nekudim malbish al perikan tachon the yisodak. V'nimtza shal netzach dak malbishin chacham, which is, I don't know if I said that word right. Chachma chesed and netzach.
Which one?
That's the right line. Valhoid ak malbisha baga, which is bina gvura hoid, which is the nekudim. V'hu kav small, that's the left kav or the din, the line of din. Val yisoid ak, and on the center line, the ak malbishim datai, which is das first. Yisoid the nekudim shehu kav amsoi.
Okay, we pronounce that dati.
I think it was pretty straightforward.
Dati. Datai. Malbisha datai.
Hello?
So we pronounce it dati.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I just missed you. What is it?
The word datai that you pronounced, we pronounced it dati.
Dati, okay.
Yeah, it looks like you got it gadati, gadatim, like that.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Excellent. That's it.
Okay, nice reading.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we'll keep going, and I'm going to be going to the Eretz Yisrael, I think Wednesday next week, and I would like to keep learning. Do you have WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
Well, we could keep learning. I'll try to, but we'll see. I'll talk to you more about it next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Call to.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Call to. Bye-bye.
This kid, another brilliant kid. God, he's the ultimate teacher right now. So let's see, Rimmel.